All right, so get this. Imagine a computer like crunching numbers so fast in like minutes that it would take the world's fastest supercomputer longer than the universe has existed.
Yeah.
It's that kind of crazy power we're talking about with quantum computing.
Right.
And Google's new Willow chip is getting us closer to that.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're going to break it down so anyone can understand why this is such a big deal.
What I think is really fascinating about this is that quantum computing isn't just about making computers faster.
Right.
It's a totally different way of approaching computation.
Yeah.
Harnessing these like mind-bending laws of quantum mechanics.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
For those of us who haven't spent much time in the quantum realm,
Right.
can you give us like a crash course?
Sure.
What makes these quantum computers so special?
So imagine the computers we use every day. They rely on bits, which are like tiny switches that can be either on or off, representing a 1 or a 0.
Okay.
Quantum computers use qubits, which are much weirder. Okay.
Thanks to the bizarre rules of quantum mechanics, a qubit can be 1, 0, or both at the same time.
Oh.
It's kind of like a coin spinning in the air before it lands.
Uh-huh.
It's both heads and tails simultaneously.
Okay.
This both-at-once state is called superposition, and it lets quantum computers explore many possibilities at once,
Okay.
giving them a massive advantage for certain types of problems.
So instead of a computer working through calculations one by one,
Right.
it's exploring tons of possibilities all at the same time.
Exactly.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is pretty mind-blowing, and that's just one of the ways that quantum computers differ.
Okay.
They're not just faster. They operate on entirely different principles,
Right.
opening up possibilities that we're only beginning to grasp.
So this Google announcement about the Willow chip is making waves, and it sounds like it's tackling some of the big challenges holding quantum computing back.
Absolutely. One of the biggest hurdles has been dealing with errors.
Qubits are extremely delicate. The slightest interference can throw them off, leading to, calculation errors.
Right.
What's impressive about Willow is that as it scales up with more qubits, the error rate actually decreases exponentially.
Wait, so more qubits, fewer errors?
I know, right?
It seems counterintuitive.
It's like building a bridge where each new section makes the entire structure stronger and less likely to collapse.
Okay.
This breakthrough in error correction called below-threshold operation is something scientists have been striving for decades.
Wow.
And Willow is the first system to definitively demonstrate this capability.
Okay, I'm starting to see why this is such a big deal.
Yeah.
Less prone to errors.
Check.
What else is Willow bringing to the table?
Well, Google also claims that Willow is blazing fast.
Oh,
They tested it with a benchmark computation that would take a top-of-the-line supercomputer 10 septillion years to complete.
Oh my God.
Willow did it in under 5 minutes.
Wow, 10 septillion years. I can't even fathom that time scale.
To put it in perspective, that's a number larger than the estimated age of the universe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty fast.
Yeah.
This benchmark, called random circuit sampling, or RCS, is designed to prove that a quantum computer is doing something truly beyond the capabilities of classical computers.
So it's like a quantum obstacle course.
Exactly.
Designed to make sure these computers are truly in a league of their own.
Right.
And Willow aced it.
Willow aced it.
And it's not just about the number of qubits.
Right.
Willow has 105 qubits, which is impressive.
It is.
But Google has also focused on optimizing their performance.
Yes.
It's like building a race car.
Yeah.
You need a powerful engine,
You do.
but you also need to fine-tune all the components to get the best performance.
Absolutely.
So it's quality over quantity when it comes to qubits.
Very much so.
What kind of fine-tuning are we talking about?
One key factor is something called T1 time, which measures how long a qubit can hold on to information before it gets disrupted.
Okay.
Longer T1 times are crucial because they give scientists more time to perform complex operations before the information is lost.
So it's all about giving those qubits enough time to do their quantum magic
Exactly.
before they lose their grip on the information.
Right.
Got it. But here's the question that's bugging me. If this Willow chip is so incredibly fast and less prone to errors, why aren't we seeing quantum computers solving real-world problems already?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah, what's the holdup?
While Willow has shown us that building powerful and reliable quantum computers is possible, the next big challenge is figuring out how to harness that power to solve practical problems.
Okay.
We need to find the right beyond classical problems, ones that are practically impossible for our current computers to solve, but perfectly suited for quantum computers.
Okay, so we've got this amazing new tool,
We do.
but we're still figuring out how to use it to its full potential.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It does?
So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
What are some areas where Willow or quantum computers in general might have the biggest impact?
The possibilities are truly exciting. One area with immense potential is drug discovery. Imagine using a quantum computer to simulate the complex interactions of molecules at an atomic level.
You mean actually seeing how drugs interact with the body at the smallest possible scale?
Yes. This could revolutionize the way we develop new medicines, allowing us to design drugs that are more effective and have fewer side effects.
That would be incredible.
It would be.
What other fields could benefit from this kind of quantum leap?
Well, another promising area is material science. We could use quantum computers to design completely new materials with properties we haven't even dreamt of yet.
So we're talking about materials that are stronger, lighter, more efficient, things like that.
Exactly. Think of solar panels that are twice as efficient as anything we have today, or batteries that can store 10 times more energy. The possibilities are practically limitless.
This is all starting to sound less like science fiction and more like a glimpse into a very exciting future.
It is, and here's what I find especially encouraging.
Okay.
Google isn't keeping all of this to themselves. They're making a lot of their research and resources open source, encouraging collaboration and innovation in the field.
That's fantastic. So they're not just building a better quantum computer.
Right.
They're building a community around it.
Exactly. By sharing knowledge and tools, they're fostering a global ecosystem where researchers and developers can work together to accelerate the development of practical quantum applications.
That's a really cool approach. It sounds like they understand that to truly unlock the potential of quantum computing, it's going to take a collective effort.
Absolutely. It's like the early days of the internet where open collaboration and shared knowledge paved the way for the transformative technology we have today.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far. We've covered so much ground, from the basics of quantum computing to Google's groundbreaking Willow chip and the potential it holds for the future. What stands out to you as the most important takeaway from what we've discussed?
For me, it's the realization that quantum computing is no longer a distant dream. It's here, it's evolving rapidly, and it has the potential to reshape our world in profound ways. And the most exciting part is that we're only just scratching the surface of what's possible.
I completely agree, and the collaborative spirit surrounding this field gives me a lot of hope for the future.
Me too. It's a reminder that some of the biggest challenges we face can only be overcome through collaboration, shared knowledge, and a willingness to push the boundaries of what's possible.
I think we need a moment to absorb all this incredible information. We'll be back in a flash to continue our deep dive into the world of Willow and quantum computing. Stay with us.
Welcome back. I'm still buzzing from that last segment. The pace of advancement in quantum computing is truly remarkable.
I know, right? It feels like we're on the verge of something truly transformative.
It does.
Speaking of transformative, let's circle back to that benchmark test Google used to show off Willow's speed.
Yeah.
You mentioned something called random circuit sampling, or RCS.
Right.
Can you break that down for us?
Sure.
What exactly does that test involve?
Yeah.
And why is it so significant?
It's a clever way to prove that a quantum computer is doing something fundamentally different from a classical computer.
Okay.
Imagine a complex maze of quantum operations performed on the qubits.
Okay.
The results are virtually impossible to predict or simulate using traditional computers,
Right.
even the most powerful ones.
So it's like a challenge
It is.
designed to stump a classical computer,
Yeah.
but is tailor-made for a quantum computer to shine.
Exactly. And Willow passed this test with flying colors.
Nice.
Completing the RCS computation in under 5 minutes, a task that would take a supercomputer longer than the age of the universe.
Wow.
That's the kind of performance that gets scientists really excited.
It certainly gets me excited.
Good.
So we've established that Willow is a major player in the quantum computing game,
It is.
but it's not the only one out there.
No.
What's the broader landscape look like? Are there
Yeah.
other teams racing towards this quantum future?
Absolutely. Quantum computing is a hotbed of research and development with teams all over the world exploring different approaches to building these incredible machines. What's fascinating is that there isn't one standard model for a quantum computer. Different groups are exploring different types of qubits and architectures, each with its own pros and cons.
So it's not just one quantum race.
Right.
It's like multiple races happening simultaneously,
Yeah.
with everyone taking a different route to the finish line.
That's a great analogy.
Correct.
Google's approach using superconducting transmon qubits is just one of many paths being explored. There are other approaches like trapped ions, photonic qubits, and topological qubits, each with its own unique set of advantages and challenges.
Wow.
It's still too early to tell which approach will ultimately prove most successful,
Okay.
which makes this field even more exciting to follow.
Absolutely. So it's a quantum race with notable contenders.
It is.
And Google's Willow chip, with its superconducting qubits, is a strong contender.
Yes.
What are some of the things that set Willow apart from the pack? What makes it so special?
As we discussed earlier, Willow's performance in error correction is a major breakthrough. Remember, qubits are extremely sensitive to their environment.
Right.
And any interference can lead to error correction. Google's approach to error correction using a method called surface code seems to be paying off, allowing them to build larger and more complex systems with remarkably low error rates.
That's impressive. And it's not just about minimizing errors.
Right.
There's also the overall system performance. And you mentioned those impressive T1 times earlier.
I did.
Can you remind us what those are and why they're so crucial?
Absolutely. T1 time measures how long a qubit can hold on to information before it gets disrupted by its surroundings. It's
Right.
like a measure of how long a quantum bit can remember its state.
Gotcha.
The longer the T1 time, the more complex operations scientists can perform before that information is lost. Willow's T1 times are approaching 100 microseconds, a significant improvement over previous generations of chips.
So longer T1 times give those qubits more time to do their quantum calculations
Exactly.
before losing their grip on the information.
Right.
Makes sense. Now, you mentioned earlier that finding the right problems to solve is key to unlocking the true potential of quantum computing. What are some examples of problems where Willow, or quantum computers in general, could truly outshine classical computers?
One of the most promising areas is simulating quantum systems themselves. Think of things like molecules, atoms, and the interactions between them. These systems are governed by the laws of quantum mechanics,
Yeah.
which classical computers struggle to model accurately.
Because classical computers are built on a different set of rules.
Right.
They're not really speaking the same language as the quantum world, right?
Exactly. It's like trying to translate a complex poem using a basic dictionary. You're going to miss a lot of the nuance and meaning.
Okay.
But a quantum computer speaks the same language as the systems it's trying to simulate, which makes it incredibly powerful for tasks like drug discovery and materials science.
So instead of relying on trial and error or approximations,
Right.
we could actually see how a new drug interacts with the body at the atomic level, or design new materials with specific properties by simulating how atoms arrange themselves.
Precisely. And that's just the beginning. Quantum computers are also expected to revolutionize fields like cryptography optimization and machine learning. We're talking about breaking encryption codes that are considered unbreakable today, finding optimal solutions for incredibly complex problems, and developing AI systems that are far more powerful than anything we have today.
This is all starting to sink in, and it's truly mind-blowing.
It is.
It feels like we're standing at the edge of a new technological era,
We are.
and it's both exciting and a little bit daunting.
I agree. The potential impact of quantum computing is immense, and it's important to have these conversations and explore the possibilities, both the positive and the potential challenges that come with such a powerful technology.
Well said. I think we've given our listeners a lot to ponder. We'll be back in a moment to wrap up our deep dive into the world of Willow and quantum computing. Don't go anywhere. And we're back for the final stretch of our quantum adventure. I have to say, even though we've just scratched the surface of this topic, I'm already, captivated by the possibilities.
It is a captivating field, isn't it?
Yeah.
What strikes me is that even though the science behind quantum computing can seem incredibly complex, its potential impact is something we can all grasp.
Yeah.
We're talking about solving problems that could revolutionize healthcare, energy materials, science. The list goes on and on.
It's not just about, abstract scientific advancements. It's about tangible improvements to our lives.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it so exciting to explore.
And what makes this journey even more fascinating is the collaborative spirit driving the field forward.
Right?
Google's decision to make much of their quantum research and resources open source is a game changer.
Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Are.
Why is open sourcing such a big deal in this context?
Building a truly useful quantum computer is a massive undertaking,
Right.
requiring expertise from a wide range of fields. No single company or institution has all the answers.
Right.
By sharing knowledge and tools openly, we can accelerate the pace of innovation and bring those real-world applications closer to reality.
It's like a global brainstorming session,
It is.
with the brightest minds working together to unlock the potential of quantum computing.
Precisely. And this open approach can also help democratize access to this technology.
Okay.
By making tools and educational resources readily available, we empower more people to explore the possibilities of quantum computing and contribute to its development.
So it's not just about big companies and research labs.
Right.
It's about fostering a vibrant quantum ecosystem that welcomes diverse perspectives and encourages collaboration from all corners of the globe.
That's the beauty of it. And for anyone listening who feels inspired to dive deeper into this fascinating world, I highly recommend checking out the open source resources Google and others have made available.
Yeah.
There are online courses, tutorials, and even simulators that let you experiment with quantum algorithms.
That's a great tip. I might just have to explore those myself as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of Willow and quantum computing. What's the key takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with?
I think the most important message is this: even if the science seems daunting at first, the potential impact of quantum computing is simply too significant to ignore. This technology has the power to reshape our world in profound ways, and we're all part of this incredible journey of discovery.
Beautifully said. It's a reminder that we're on the cusp of something truly transformative, and it's up to all of us to stay informed, engaged, and maybe even a little bit curious about the quantum future that awaits.
And who knows, perhaps some of our listeners today will be the ones making the next big breakthroughs in this exciting field.
That's a fantastic thought. Well, on that note of endless possibility, we've reached the end of our deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the world of Google's Willow chip and the fascinating realm of quantum computing. Until next time, keep those minds curious and those imaginations firing.